Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing today? I hope well. Happy, what would you say, Eve to the New Year's Eve we got coming up. Hope everyone's good. And even though COVID's on its rise again, I hope everyone's safe and not being affected by that. I'm still on lockdown, quarantine. Yeah, all that's going on. All right, what we're here to announce today is change is something that's inevitable. As one thing we say in the military and in the penitentiary, the only thing constant is change. I'm going to shift gears with the channel, okay? Before anybody starts banging on the dislikes, just hear me out. I started this channel back in, when was it? I started this back in April. Completely amateur, no experience whatsoever other than watching a couple of videos on YouTube about how to YouTube. And since then, all I've done, I've told the prison stories, obviously, but since then, all I've done is, well, this. You looking at me sitting with the backdrop of my wall. I tried getting into putting animations and animatronics and everything, and I'm going to be honest with you folks, I'm just not cut out for that. All I wanted to do really when I started this was tell stories about when I worked in the penitentiary, when I was in the military, and hope that it garnered some attention. It has garnered some attention. It's gotten a lot of good views, a lot of good comments. I've also gotten a lot of toxic comments. Now that's to be expected anytime you put yourself out in the public light. I knew that was going to happen, okay? That's going to happen anytime you're on any kind of social venue and you put yourself out into it. It is what it is. I'm not upset at all by any of the comments. Some of them are actually kind of humorous. So thanks for watching. Enjoy the content. So what I'm here to announce today, I'm going to shift gears a little bit. Okay? I'm not abandoning this channel, but I am going to be starting up a new venue. This came from 3 suggestions from friends and also not even realizing it was there. I want to shift to an audiobook style. Now, not so much audiobook, but I don't know why it didn't even click to me, but a lot of the podcasts that I listen to and a lot of the audiobooks that I listen to, they just have the backdrop and it's them talking. You don't have to worry about what you look like, the lighting, which I know is shit today, but we're going on day 8, 9 without sun here, and I don't think it's going to come back anytime soon. Typical East Coast winter, even though it's 60 degrees outside right now. So here's what I want to do, okay? Just hear me out on it. I'm going to try the backdrop style. You're not going to see me, okay? I know that comes as a big upset to a lot of you. Yeah, anyway. You're still going to hear my voice, and it's going to be stories from the penitentiary. It can be a little bit uncomfortable talking on camera, and a lot of times you'll catch me dwindling off on thought, and then I have to try to refocus. It's awkward not being able to look at the screen like I am right now. I don't have eye contact with you. Now I do. I'm staring at this nice little tiny spot right there to try to make eye contact with you. But why? I'm not throwing up animatronics or texts or anything that all the other guys that have all the famous camera equipment. This is me talking to you from an LG Galaxy phone. It's already outdated. It's paid off, so I'm going to keep it till it dies. Then I'll upgrade. So here's what I'm going to try. I'm going to do basically audiobook style with just the backdrop, and I'm going to start over. Okay? I'm going to start back at the beginning of how I got introduced to TDCJ, kind of chronicleize it a little bit. We're going to go back to the academy. I'll tell you about the experience there. One thing about doing the videos here has helped me remember a lot of that time back, is that was, let's see, 13, 20, that was over 8 years ago that I started that career. I don't even want to say career, that I started that opportunity. Okay? So we're going to go back to that. However, instead of having to sit here on camera and worry about, I don't know, whatever it is I do or don't worry about, it's been the same viewing. That's my bathroom. It's been the same viewing for the last, since I started this in April. Now I'll be able to kick back. I can just look off and talk. And I think a lot more things are going to come to memory. A lot of things that I left out at the academy are going to come out. I started off, I was worried about the time, going over time. You don't realize until you start doing YouTube videos how fast 20 minutes goes by, and it feels like I just sat down and started it. And you'll catch my eyes drift. That's usually when I'm checking the time to try to make sure I don't go over. Because I think that it is boring for individuals that want to hear prison stories to just look at me sitting here. I don't have anything backdrop wise. I have no memorabilia from TDC except for the commissary items that I showed you. I can't hang up things on the wall. There's very, very, very little media that can be posted about TDCJ, and I don't want to get into any kind of copyright issues or anything. I just simply wanted to tell stories to entertain, educate, and hopefully influence individuals who are thinking about a career to make a little bit more of an educated thought, because the amount of content on this subject is limited. I'm not going to say I've put out the most of it, because there are quite a few others that have posted videos about TDCJ, but it's usually quick and not a whole lot about it. So I'm going to continue that, okay? But we're going to revamp and revitalize the whole thing, all right? I'm not taking this channel away. This channel's still going to stay here. You can still view all the old content, like, dislike, flame on it, whatever you want to do. I'm going to post the link down below once I get this up and going. And stand by for a lot of the old stories that I've told and a lot more that are going to come. So that way I can kick back, just kind of hold up my recorder, talk to it, just me, not worrying about who's seeing what. And I think that's going to get some more entertaining stories flowing and more flow for you guys. This came from a couple of individuals who said, Jesse, you're doing great on YouTube, but man, nothing's changed. It's just you in the backdrop right there. Have you ever thought about just doing audio style? You know, you sit back in your recliner, just talk. You don't have to worry about shaved hair, lighting, nothing like that, because this isn't a studio, folks. This is my bedroom right here. And I'm not concerned about really spicing the thing up, so I'm going to try that. If it works, great. If you want to click over to it and check it out, please do. Like I say, I'm not going to do an introduction about myself. Actually, you know what? I am. I'll do a re-intro on myself briefly, so that way new individuals can see who I see right there. I'm already trailing off. It's so easy to do when doing this. So, yeah, I'm going to give that a try. I hope that it's going to work out. And I remember one of the podcasts that I follow, Conrad Thompson. He interviews Eric Bischoff, Bruce Pritchard, Jim Ross, all guys that worked behind the scenes in the wrestling community. And he said a lot of people had asked him, well, how do you get into podcasts and how do you get into YouTube? And he said, man, just do it. Sit down with your camera, start talking, get into it. If you plateau out, fine. Start over, take what you've learned, and go through a new venue. And between the three other guys that I talked to, not going to post their names on it, they had mentioned the same thing. So I'm going to give that a try. All right. So stand by. I'm going to get this thing going, started. Link will post up down below once I get some content ready for it. Happy New Year to everybody. Let's kick 2022 off to a good start. Everyone take care, stay warm, stay safe. Appreciate every single one of you.